the bubblegum wrappers or the bubblegum. I always chewed it, John.
You know, and I think today's super collector has a desire to be in the Guinness Book of World
Yes.
Records. I think this collection might end up there someday. So
We hope so.
Yeah, we hope so, Isle.
You know, for one thing, I'm sure she's the most popular house on the block with the kids. No?
Actually, there isn't too many houses on our block,
Oh,
but when
really?
the kids come over here, yes.
They love it.
They
Now,
always know that they can get gum here.
now, you also collect advertising pieces. It's not just bubble gum and chewing gum.
Right, right. Advertising pieces, old boxes that are
Okay.
empty gum boxes, old ones though.
Who invented gum?
Actually, gum wasn't really invented. It came from the trees. The original gum came from the mesquite trees in Greece. The men and women chewed it, but women chewed it more just to freshen their breath. It was a resin from the mesquite tree.
Interesting. So what's the oldest piece in the collection?
The oldest piece I have is a pack of juicy fruit. And actually, all of my gum is packs, not pieces. They are unopened packs and from 1932, that juicy fruit pack.
Wow. Who got it for you? Did you happen to find it?
My father found it for me at a flea market.
And this is before you started collecting?
No, this was after. This was only but a few
Okay.
years ago he found it for me.
Wow. And you have also pieces from the 1970s and 40s?
Several from the 1970s, one from the 1940s.
And
yes.
you would never think of putting one of those pieces in your mouth?
Never, 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 never.
Not because it's
I'd be
stale.
very upset.
Right, right.
Part of my soul would be gone if I lost those packs of gum.
Now, another piece of the collection are about 200 to 300 card packs down here.
Right.
But you have one that's very, very valuable, the Elliot Ness Untouchables. Tell everyone about this piece.
That's a unopened pack it contains a comic book also from the
Oh.
Untouchables. And it has a stick of gum in it, of course, which is the reason that I bought it.
Right.
And that's kind of precious to me. I paid about
Never
$60
opened?
for that pack. I keep it in plastic and
It's probably worth a lot more now, huh?
could be. Actually, I've never checked the value.
Now, you have pieces of gum, not just from America, but from other parts of the country, of the world, especially this piece. This is so cute.
That's very.
Tell everyone what it is, because at first glance, you would have no idea.
Well, over here in the United States, we often hang coffee cups and pop cans from our car windows.
Right.
However, this pack right here is from Japan, and they hang a little tin can from their car window that contains pieces of gum so that they can reach over and get a piece of gum at their leisure.
That is great. That's a lot of gum, though. That should last quite a long time, longer than an average cup of coffee.
Right, right. They're small little pieces like chiclets, but it should
okay.
last a while.
Now, what is the difference between bubble gum and chewing gum?
Well, actually, chewing gum is more often sticks, and chewing gum was made before bubble gum. Bubble
Okay.
gum didn't come into the picture until the 1920s.
Okay, and made just generally for kids?
Generally for kids, and it was, of course, the very first bubble gum was pink.
Right.
That's why we all associate the color pink.
Now, you have a whole row of gum here that came from other parts of the world. Name some of the countries.
Oh, there's many countries in Europe: Germany, France, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, England. I also have gum from the Middle East, and there's gum from Egypt.
Now, this piece of gum, or this pack, says for ladies only. Why
Yes.
is that? And what country?
Well, I would love to be able to tell you why, but it's all written in Japanese. It comes from Japan.
Have you been able to travel to all these countries?
No, actually, I have several friends who travel or who have friends who travel. So in the last 4 years, I kept this a secret for 15 years. And 3 years ago, I let everybody know that I had this.
Now you get all these
and now
pieces
I
of
get
gum.
all this gum sent to me and picked up for me.
Great. Claire had a question for you.
I have a fashion question. I couldn't help but notice your skirt, Valerie. Is that
Isn't that
made from
great?
bubblegum wrappers?
Yeah, no, actually, it's type of a vinyl skirt, and I got it from the Fredericks of Hollywood catalog.
And they're all fake pieces or fake types of gum. Juicy
Right.
Fluke, Dentine. It's a great skirt. Tell everyone quickly about this, because this was a funny story.
Yes, my husband and I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and I saw this advertisement hanging in a small drugstore type shop down there, and the woman who owned it did not speak English, and so we had about a half an hour of communication attempting to get her to understand that I wanted the advertisement, and then we couldn't find a ride back home, so I walked 3 miles carrying this chiclet box in front of me with a big advertisement going down the street. With everybody
Mexico.
looking, yes.
Well, I think gum is a universal language. Everyone understands gum.
Yes,
and
everyone
loves chewing it.
and loves chewing it. From 82-year-olds all the way down to 3-year-olds, they look forward to chewing gum.
Well, thank you so much for opening your home to us today and
Thank you.
reliving your childhood with us.
Thank you.
You're
It
welcome.
was a pleasure.
You know, Isle, earlier we saw some of the gum that was like French fries. I saw some taco. That wasn't like, that's not French fry flavored, is it?
No, that particular gum is not French fry flavor. However, there are a lot of different flavors. There's garlic flavor, and there's pizza flavor, and peanut butter flavor, and cola, and hamburger.
Anything you can think of.
Just about anything.
Garlic flavored gum. That's kind of
Garlic
strange.
flavored gum, yes. I don't think that would freshen your breath too well.
Yeah, vampires.
Hey, thank you both very much. That was terrific.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Well, you know what, John? If you're in the mood for pizza and you
this when they were young are still just now sort of in high school and entering college. They aren't the ones with the disposable income to go out and pay ridiculous amounts for these.
Right, but it will hit. I'd probably say everything he has here, maybe about $50 or $60.
I'd agree.
You in that agreement? So you'd be given some advice. You can't hold on to them. They might be worth a whole lot more in the future. Or you can put them up for sale today.
I think I'll take bids.
Take bids and we'll let you know at the end of the show? Okay, a wise move. Thank you so much for being with us with your family today, Gregory.
Welcome.
And now let's go out to Minnesota where John has an item for us to take a look at. Hi, John, welcome. Is that a golf club you have to be appraised?
Yeah, I've got a set of 4 Spalding Heather wooden shaft golf clubs. And there's 2 irons and 2 woods.
Are you a big golfer?
Oh, try to. Work at it.
Okay, let's appraise them for you.
All right.
Well, Spalding is one of the classic manufacturers of sporting goods and one of the most popular throughout this entire century. You've got 4 there, and they're all wood, and they all look to be in pretty decent condition. There's a little bit of rust here and there.
And all these, and another thing I do want to point out, that 5 or 10 years ago, you couldn't give this stuff away.
So why has that changed?
I think golf has become very popular. I think Tiger Woods has done a lot for the sport. I think even a little bit before Tiger Woods came into the sport, golf was becoming big again too. But with him coming in, it just added more. And right now, people are actually actively searching for any old golfing equipment, even balls.
Yeah, golfing equipment, old sporting goods in general. You know,
And
golfing.
golf has been around for about 200 years,
Sure.
too. I mean, golf has been around a real long time, maybe 200-300
So
years.
pull out those old golf clubs. They could be worth something, is what you're telling me?
Absolutely. If you see them at a garage sale or something, scoop them up, especially if it's cheap.
How much are these worth?
I'm not really particularly, I got to give you a guesstimate on this, but I can't see the condition on everything and see how the shafts are, but I would probably say maybe he has anywhere between $100 to $200 worth of clubs.
Yeah, conservatively at an auction, a wood shaft golf club is going to sell for anywhere between $20 and $30, and that's a wholesale market, so probably around that $100 range.
Okay. We've given you a price range, and we'd like to know if you'd like to put them up for sale or not.
I'll entertain offers on it.
Okay. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And I know this next is one of your favorites, Alan. Comic books.
Get a preview of the next item to be appraised on today's show. It's out in Minnesota, and it belongs to Joan. Hi, Joan. What do you have today?
Hi, I have these Jenny dolls that I'd like to have appraised next on Personal FX.
If you're searching for a new...
So you're looking at about $50 to $60 for all of them, including the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There he is.
And golf clubs, John, are becoming a little bit more collectible thanks to Tiger Woods in recent years. $100 to $200 for the set that we're seeing. And there's a wide assortment of items that are getting bids right now.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of them.
Yeah. So if you want to bid, here's what you do. You call us at 212-802-0082.
All right, let's go back out to Minnesota where Joan has patiently been waiting an appraisal. Hi, Joan. How are you?
Just fine, John.
Great. Tell us more about what you brought.
These are 2 Jenny dolls that I brought. They're hard plastic. They're called walkers,
Oh, yeah.
and they're marked on the back with Jenny, Vogue Dolls Incorporated, patent pending, made in the USA.
All right. Let's see what the appraisers think here.
It's very funny because you would hear the name Ginny, you would automatically think it would be just a female doll, but actually Ginny did produce some male dolls under the name of Ginny. They also did a Davy Crockett, which is a very highly collectible and sought-after doll. And these 2 pieces were made by Vogue. There's a lot of Ginny collectors out there, too, let me tell you.
Somewhat hard to find because you really often don't see male Ginny dolls. They're few and far between, and this is a very nice set. Looks to be in great condition. Ginny, the boom began in the early part of the 1950s and continued right through the 60s, very strong. And just like Barbie, they branched out with Ginny's sister and brother and friends and all kinds of things. But they seem complete and seem to be in good shape. Ginny collectors are going to probably be interested in these at the tune of about $150 to $250 for a pair.
Absolutely. I would even say towards the uppers of the $250 for the pair.
For the pair. All right. Well, Joan, what do you think? Do you want to take some bids on those, or do you want to hold on to them?
No, I'd like to entertain offers.
Well, we'll do that for you. Thank you very much for bringing them by. All right.
Nice dolls. I like that.
You're welcome.
And turning to our mailbag, we have a letter that was written by and let's go back out to Minnesota because you want to let John know for your golf clubs, we have an offer from Pat from Brighton, Michigan for $101.
I'll think about it.
Please do.
All right. And Allison with the paperweight, you bought it for $2. Well, Jim from Thornton, Colorado wants it for $102.
Oh.
Steve with the baseball, Donna from Baraboo, Wisconsin called in with an offer of $500.
I'll think about it.
All right. Lee with the cigarette case lighter, Linda from Bossier City, Louisiana wants it for $80.
I'll think about it.
All righty. And Gregory with the Ghostbusters figures, Kathy from Burnsville, Minnesota wants them for $150.
Sold.
All right. Kathy, you got a deal. You got a deal.
All right.
All right. Let's go say goodbye to our... Oh, look, they're chewing gum. Yeah, that looks great. Hey, want to ask you real quick, Valerie, do you think you're going to make it into the Guinness Book of World Records?
Well, I hope so. Right now, all I have to do is just give them a count. To my knowledge, there isn't anybody with a gum collection in the Guinness Book.
All right. Good luck with that. Isle, thanks so
you.
much today.
You're welcome, and thanks to Valerie again, and all our super collectors for this week and contributors. Have a great time for the weekend.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So long.
And John Davis is going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina on Monday with a collection of locks and safes.
All righty. And before we go, let's thank